Zdaj pa jaz vabim na govorniški oder našega gosta, in sicer to je strokovnjak za sistemsko oblikovanje in uresničevalec modre ekonomije, profesor Luigi Bistagnino, ki je predstojnik magistrskega študija sistemskega oblikovanja s Politehniške univerze v Torinu. Luigi, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I am very happy to be here and to accept your kind invitation from Umanotera, and thanks to Gaia. So to explain or to start and to be comprehensible for all, I show you how is our planet. You know very well our planet, but consider Europe and consider, for example, Japan. This is our world. Do you recognize? It's impossible. This is Europe. This is Japan. It's relating to import of food. If you want to know, you look at the world mapper and you understand very well what does it mean. But it's not finished. This is export. And you understand South America, all the Africa, you could not see. They are so thin. Here are so big. In this difference, you could understand, and we have all our problem at the moment we are living. And so, because you understand very well, some country could leave because another one is working for them. Remember, when you go to buy something in the market, choose in a good way what you are buying. Because your money, your wallet, is the owner, is the boss. If you choose some product, you generate all this problem. If you choose your territorial food, the planet will be like that. This is the reality of the problem. So, the actual economy production, the model of the economy production is like that. Yes, we need resources. We know very well for production, and in the production we have the product, but not only this, because we are always focused on the product, but we produce at the same time waste, and this waste go in atmosphere or in a landfill. Could be more clear, but it's not finished, because when you have the product at the end of life, where is going the product? There. And so all the input are going here. This is the problem, the real problem. To produce for, not for us, but for the landfill. But I underline another problem. The 100% of resources is entering 60, 80% only in the product. The other are going there for the landfill. Here, the production is paying all the resources. This one, this one, the society have to pay, because no one wanted to have an economy losing at the beginning 20 or 50%. This is the real problem. We don't care, but we care when we have to pay our bill about the landfill. And so this is a distortion of of production, because we don't use, in reality, the resources, because the focus is always here. But to understand in a better way, this is another representation. If you are here, your activity, if you need something, you have to talk with the platform of logistics. You need energy, you need water, but you need also landfill. And so all these big balls are defining their price. You do something, nothing. You have to follow only. But it's not finished, because when you produce something, this product has to be faced to a platform of logistics. Because to reach the market, I have to send to platform of logistics, to send all over the world, to obtain a transformation of our planet. So you understand we have a necessity. I underline this situation because we have to design the activity and the productive processes, because we need to obtain ecological good, not only having less matter, less energy. Because if you are thieving, you are honest if you thief less? Respond. Yes or no? I am always thief. I am always thieving. And so I have to change the approach to the problem. So we have to plan the flow of matter and energy who are going from one system to another one, like in nature. And what we have to do? It's very simple. The output of a system has to be input of another one. This is the basis of life of our planet. We live in our planet, and our planet is with these guidelines, fundamental guidelines. But if I start, my output are input for you, what is? I build a relation with another one. Building a relation is a self-generation of the system. And I am acting globally? No, I am acting locally. And so I am implementing my territory where I am living. So I could underline the situation of what is what we could transform our activity in a systemic approach, in looking at the flow of matter and energy. This is the first thing. It's always an input. We need input, but it's better if I have input from my territory. The resources are going to the production. It's for the product. It's normal. The product is generating output. Until here, we have only this new situation. But if I go further, the product is for the community. The community is living in one territorial context, and the natural system, the community is in one natural system. And so you could understand that this is a start of triangulation. The community is based on a territorial context, but this territorial context, all the territorial contexts are generating the natural system. If I go to the output, they are input. This is new one, because it's input for another production or transformation. Means the same like this. But the production transformation is working in a territorial context, but also the output could be input for the territorial context. And you look, this triangulation, we start to teach you a not only a wire, but to connect all the tissue. Which one are the consequences? One is production and territorial context. They understand they are working in the same context. The territorial context is related to the community, and the natural system is in relation with the territorial context. All this you could continue, but continuing what we could reach, zero emission, because we are using all the resources who we have. This is not, we don't lose 20 or 40% of matter, we are using. But remember, if I am offering you my output, and you say, oh yes, it's good for me, because you are looking at my output, because you see the quality of my output. And they are very good for your production, but means my production is clean. Because I am care of my production, because I am care about my input. And at the end, I produce something, but at the same level, I have not only the output. The output for me are both product and output, because I am offering to others. And so you understand immediately, using this 20, 40% more, what is augmenting? The economy. It's normal to have. I don't have to say, I have to use less matter, less energy. Our life is always increasing and decreasing when we are dying. But when we die, it's born another life. And so it's a balance of all these things. We are in harmony with the planet where we are. And changing this schema with the balls, you remember the other balls, the big balls who was the boss of my production. Here all are at the same level. All are in collaboration each other. And you understand you could play. It's very light but strong, because the connection between is very strong. For the other one, the big ball are strong, but they are strong only one. This is the monopole. This is collaboration. What you choose? To have a boss or to be in collaboration with the other one? And being bossless, everyone is the boss. This is interesting to be. Compare. The actual situation is like that. If they change the price, their price, I have to follow. I can't do nothing. Here, if I change something, is a collaboration between, and you understand, all together, they could co-evolve. This could co-evolve, this one, not this, because this could evolve being bigger, no smaller. And so this is our economy. What is better? You start to understand what is better. But coming back to this, these are the value, the linear approach. It's the identity in the product, and the economy is based on competition and quantity. That is ownership. It's mine. If it's mine, it's not with you. Huh? You remember when you have a baby, it's mine, not yours. You smile, but you know what it is. And the baby understands at the beginning what does it mean, the authority. And you have all this problem. And we have disposable. We use and I throw away. It's a landfill. It's another. but I am paying the landfill. If I have the landfill, it's not healthy for me. This is the problem. If I change, in the systemic approach, is based on the output. The output are input for another one. This is the force, the strong thing. What is the identity, not in the product, but in my territory, where I am living? And the economy is what? The economy is all the connections are generating an economy. This is a new economy because it's with each other. We know all, and we could help each other. But also, you remember, ownership. Here, wellness. My focus is not the money, but I have output I could offer you, and I start this relation with all the other one. Yeah, it's you could compare each other. This situation. I want to underline only this. The quality in this aim is the certification. If I look in this situation, which one is the quality? The quality is I am part of this system. This is another thing. I don't need the certification, because the other one are looking at my job. And so because I am looking at your input, because your output, because they are input for me, but my output are input for you. And so you are looking with me. And so with all the other one. So it's a strong relation. What you are building, a new society, not only economy. This is the new approach to the problem. Sorry for my energy, but we have to turn, not to use less. You have to look in another way the problem. This is what we need, because it's our life. We don't talk about something else. For us, you remember what said Ban Ki-moon? We have to decrease for the 2050 70% of CO2. What do we have to do? To make less? No, we have to change completely. This is what we have to do. And so, with the flow, if my project is looking at the flow of matter and energy from one system to another one, I obtain zero emission, more or less. But also, new economy. You understood very well at the beginning now. It's a new economy. It's a new community because we are strongly related each other. You know very well each other. And we help each other. We co-evolve each other. And so, the result, we don't need law about environment. Because the territory receives this good connection. If it's a good connection, it's very happy, the territory where we are living. But if our relations are not good, the territory is not happy. We need rules. Why we need rules? Because our behavior are not good. This is the problem. It's not for others, it's for us. We have to know this from the beginning. And so, if we are a good community, we have good production, good environment, good natural system, territorial context, and good production. This is the balance who we could have. This is the basis of a new window. I opened a new window to look at the same of the same business, but it's completely different. It's not the same business, it's another business. And so I want to underline, because when we are talking about the turnover of the enterprises, I have here the average. And we think, when we are talking with the decision maker, economic or political decision maker, if they want to change the economy, which one are the subject? The small, the micro, or the big one? Oh, the big one, because they are generating our economy. Look at this. These are the data of Italy, but also Eurostat all over the world. What means? 40% of the turnover by micro enterprises, 94%. Yes, less than 10 workers. Look at the other one, the large one, 0.1. Are the large one. They are producing the half of the micro. But the problem is another one. They, personally, when they are talking with someone, they have their wallet very full. When this one are talking with someone, is the president, is representing, his wallet is full of people, not money. The lobby is difficult, but we are in democracy. We have to say, yes, I want to change. I want to ask, because the revolution don't start from the top, but And so, if I put 45% with the small, less than 50, they are generating 65% of the turnover. It's a big issue. In Italy, they are the number, add this and this, you obtain 99,4. 99,4 is more, is not a majority. They are 4 million. The other one, the medium, 0.5, and this is the turnover they are generating. And so they are together, they are 23,000. If I want to increase my economy or my job, we are talking about unemployment, where I have to go. Here, 4 million. Only one. If I am helping this industry to take one more, 4 million immediately. In the other part, 200 workers for each. And you understand, we could not follow this because they have different topics. So what I suggest is the decision maker and the decision politic maker, they have to face to different approaches of the enterprises, because these enterprises have one quality. This one have another focus. And this is very, very clear here, the characteristic. These are the value about the medium and large enterprises. They don't care about the product. They don't care about things. We are looking at low-cost location, low cost of worker. And it's an unstable activity because they are connected with the stock exchange. If the stock exchange is changing, they lose the territory and they are going in another part. The micro and small enterprises, they work with the territorial context and with the material culture who they find in the territory. They need skilled worker. This is another thing. And they are living in one territory, and so they are, when they start their activity, they want to increase and to continue, and they are working always, and they are working with the territorial context. But also, this is the differences, and we will see after. They are looking at the global market. They are looking at the local market, but they increase the local knowledge. This is the situation of the economy and of your enterprises. So, with this is an introduction. I want to show here not only the methodology, but also to look at example, the case study about the economy, the systemic approach. And I show you some case study in who are, for example, you know very well Salone del Gusto and Terra Madre, Slow Food. They have an exhibition in Torino. They finished in the last week. I started to work with them. Carlo Petrini asked me, you have to look at the Salone del Gusto and Terra Madre. And I started 2006, and I reached the 2012. Now we have not data. I am the responsible of sustainability of the Salone del Gusto. But in the 2012, we had, in 2006, this, we don't have this. But working with the Salone del Gusto, at the moment, we have all these partners, and they pay to regenerate this Salone del Gusto, but with the systemic approach. And we have 22 enterprises who are working with us. But it's interesting, the systemic approach, you obtain this, all these partners, but you have also, you increase, means we change approach to the problem, or we start, not we change, we start to see. I underline this. In 2006, the square meter, the visitor, and all the waste, separate collection, the waste for each visitor, and CO2 for the kilo of CO2, half kilo for each CO2 in 2012. We increase the square meter, we increase the visitor, but look at this. It's a third the CO2 of the other one. Increasing meter and visitor, we decrease the tons of waste. It's normal. If I am looking at the output of a system, I have to be an input of another one. I have to start and I have to change where I need the matter and the energy who I am using. It's normal. And so we change a lot of things and we obtain this result. Means this one, 65% less. It's a big shift in this situation. It's the only one exhibition in the world is generating with this approach. But we could also to look at other situations. For example, production of fruits. This is a cooperative near Torino. They are producing all these fruits, but to have all these fruits, I need to increase my production. If I need to increase my production, what I use? Pesticide. And so I have a big production. But the problem is here. Yes, I am working, my client are the large-scale retail, means a supermarket, means Auchan, Hypercoop, and so on. 99%. What means? The cost at the kilo is not the cost of the retail in the market, is in gross. And so I have to produce. This is why I am using the pesticide, because I have not to lose the quantity, because if I lose quantity, I am finished. My economy is finished. So 7 million. With the systemic approach, in 5 years, we change, it's completely another approach. One, you could see, you have only one production. The new production is here. We decrease something, but because it's biological, and so no pesticide, because otherwise I could not offer to you my output, because they are poisoned. You know very well. And the earth know also, the soil know also, they are poisoned. But every year we are using. So, the systemic approach means I don't sell to the large scale retail the 99%, but more or less 20%. I am increasing just a little my business because it's 20% more, because biological is more, it's higher the price. But I am looking also at the buying association. I could work with them, and my price could increase. But what is the best thing is I go to my territory. See, if I have 60% to my territory, 20% to the buying groups, the buying groups, and the large scale retail 20. Look at what I could reach, 22 millions. But also, if I have the output of a production is the input of another one, these are all my new income, is 1,008,000. It's interesting. 22 million, too much, we cut. And so, we decide to obtain this. All these indications, I am an architect, I am a designer, I am not an economist, but the certification of this is by Deloitte. It's a big company, is working in the certification of the finance agreement. And so we could obtain this result. Do you are interested or not? Is exactly the double. And if you think about this situation, how many workers do you have here? And how many workers you have here? Having all this possibility to sell in your country is better. You increase in an incredible way your input of money, but also this one is the 20% of this, more or less. And so, you remember, we put in landfill 40% of the waste, and so it's not waste, because they are earth, honey, and many other situations. But they don't want this consumption. They are following. They don't follow our approach. They said, it's too difficult to change, but it's their decision. we work in this situation. But this was very large. But also, when you are, sorry to be in Italian, but is production of olive oil, this is a linear situation. In a systemic situation, you have to understand what happened in this production. Is one owner, only 7 hectares, and the difference from linear approach to systemic is this, only for 1. It's interesting, because I am interested in large, but also in the small one, because the decision, everyone is taking decision. If you are convinced, you are changing, and you are talking with the other one, and you could, little by little, change. It could be a seed in one territory. In agriculture, we use the seed to obtain product, but also for the approach to the problem, one could be a seed in a society, changing the situation. But until now, I expose only about the situation, about one system. You understand if you have a system, the next step is system with other system. So is system with system. And so I choose to work in one territory, and if you want, you go to this website, you could have a carousel of methodology and other 2 projects. It's in this area, small area, more or less is 10,000–12,000 hectares. It's near Torino, this valley. You could know, because Valle di Susa, transport, high speed, it's here. We are talking about the transport of high speed, and is near this situation. So we have this community and the other community. If we are looking each activity, not in our territory, but outside, I am not looking at my territory, but I am looking outside, so I buy from my outside what I need. What happened to my territory? I live in my territory only, pollution and waste, because I take the production, product, and so on from other territory. And also, I have no care about their situation, because I am living on their shoulder. This is the problem. And so, if I have to change, I have to look at my territory. Look at this. It's completely different. Before, no one was connected with the other one. Here, all they are connected. It's like an umbilical connection with our mother. And so, each other are connected to the other one. You understand very well what is the relation or the consequence in the territory. And you could see how a restaurant is working with the other one. I don't need an information desk in my territory. I go to the restaurant. I go to the bar. If they are connected with the territory. And not buying, taking a call to, I need this, take from the logistic, platform of logistic. I have to be in relation with the other one. So we analyze, for example, 25 activities. You understand? It's it's amazing. It's a miracle. Because if I have all this, and I look the relation with each other, I increase, I obtain 20, with 25 activity, we obtained 26 new activities, and also the red ball are the production of energy with the biodigester, and the blue one are the phytodeporation of the water. We don't take the water, the drinkable water, and we lose all this. If you have some needs and you go to the toilet, you find in the toilet drinkable water for your digestion. It's amazing. We are so stupid. We clean the water and we put our digestion in drinkable water. We are so stupid. So, 25 activity are generating 26. You start to see in another way how we could obtain this. At the moment, it's an unbalanced use of the territory. The surface, the agricultural surface, it's used like that in this territory. Low use of cereal, vegetable, fruits, but a large use of forage. And for the pasture, more or less, we leave this for pasture. And we have not a good relation with our territory and with the people who are living there. You understand why. This is the territorial production for the inhabitant, 21,000 inhabitants, 100% use of drinkable water, 100%, no, only 10% renewable resources. Oh, I change, I shift, what, 10%? Is nothing. So this is the result of the use of the territory. If we balance in a different way the surface, the agricultural surface, you look how we could enlarge the possibility of production in the territory of vegetable, fruits, cereal, and so on. We decrease also the pasture, and with the pyramid of the diet, with the pyramid situation, means to have a good use of the food we eat in a good way, the food with protein and so on. This is what we obtain. 100% of the production. All the people could live there. It's normal something, some kitchen, eggs, and the pig meat we don't reach, but 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%, 100%. But also to 80% less drinkable water, because the quality of water, we use the water following the action we have to do. And we obtain 100% of auto production. We have a surplus also. For example, in agriculture, you understand very well, this is the relation. The products, fruits, vegetables, and so on, we have all the same production, but with the systemic approach, we have also the new product. But the activity, we increase 70% the activity, we increase 70% of jobs, we increase 500,000 of EBIT until 4 million. Do you are interested? I think so. But also, this one is the total situation of the 25 are generating 26. Look at this. the actual situation of 25 is generating more or less 5 million. With the systemic approach, incredible, 40%. We say the new activity, 26, we are more or less the same. These data are certified by Deloitte. But it's too much. Yes, it's too much. We cut. 50% cut. Oh, 20 million. Yes, but I don't know. We cut also 10. We cut 2 times, and we have the double, like today. Do you want to agree or not? Do you want to start now in this situation? And do you understand what does it mean? You remember at the beginning when I exposed the idea, the slides about our words, the transformation. If the food and the energy is connected with different situation of production in the world, I reach other nation in another part, and I am increasing the logistic and so on. If these are the roots of my territory, I increase the knowledge of my territory, the material culture, and the situation, the economy of my territory. And you know very well what does it mean now, when I said at the beginning, the quality is the system. And so this could be the mark of one territory. All the products of this system are good because the system is certifying the quality, because the system is interlinked between, and not only one product, but all the products, if they are in the system, working system, and not outside from the system. And so you understand what does it mean for your territory. We have a strong identity. You look at this. The territory have this situation. But also, the society is completely different. It's aware. It's happy. Because we have the needs, we find the needs, we are happy. We have a valorization of cultural know-how. The logistic is not a logistic who is going in another part of the world. It's a small logistic, and the economy. It's solid, because we are together. We are linked, everyone. And if someone have some problem, all the other could add this one. It's completely another approach to the problem. So now I could wish you said about zelena ekonomija. For me, I suggest to have a Modra Ekonomija. This one. Thank you.
And can you stay here for a while in case we get any questions, comments, different opinions, or any kind of explorations here together?
Starting the match.
Thank you. I'm Jana Petković-Štakl, a journalist from a daily newspaper, Dnevnik. I have a question for you. Where do you see media here, with the role of media, that we can get easier and faster good practices, and of course a better outcome?
I think we are always talking about the spread of the money, but I think we need a spread of a different approach and to distribute this system, to discuss with the people. It's a very big shift, this one. But you understand, it's very easy I have no strange things. I am using only output of a system have to be input of another one. Easy to understand. The difficulty is the culture who we have. With my student, because I am a professor at the university, and so I have to, let me say, destroy the actual situation, the linear approach to the problem. But the students understand very well this, the new aim. And when they understand this difference, they are very enthusiastic in this situation. But the problem is always, we are talking about economy, we have to finish our crisis if we increase consume. But it's a stupidity. If we increase the consumption of product, we increase the landfill, and not the money. Starting from the 9th century, we have every 20 years after shorter, we could escape from this crisis. Yes, but shortly we are again in the worst situation. And so what I suggest is to understand, to start to think in a different way, not only less use of material, because less use of material, of matter, what means? We have, you understand, you all are, you know, if you are the matter, the virgin matter, I need virgin matter. The petroleum is virgin matter. It's the output of the forest with millions of years. And so we are using output of our planet. And so if I say matter, after my production is second-hand matter, you pay at the same level the money, matter, virgin, and second-hand? No. For me, for the systemic approach, the matter is always in transformation. The matter is matter. In nature, we don't have first, second, third-hand matter. I have matter who I need, nothing else. If you are offering me, I obtain. It's good for me. But look, in the cost, in the result of the cost, we don't have the cost of the output. They are for free. And so, you understand what does it mean. This is why, for example, in the next day in Ecomondo in Bologna, we present, the Edizione Ambiente is presenting a journal about renewable matter. I am one of the founders of this. If you want, it is in English also. And so, starting to convince the people and the producer, the matter is matter, always. And not, this is why, you understand, I am using output. Because if I am saying, this is an output of something, have no smell. If I am saying, is a waste, what is? You are offering me your waste? If it's output, I am interested. And so I think the communication is the fundamental part, because we really, it's, we are working both for young people, but to diffuse a different approach to the problem, but also a different approach to the market. If I send my product in very far, I am selling in gross. If I am selling near, it's not in gross, it's in retail. And so the difference is very high. But at the moment, our economy is based on globalization, international market. It's terrible things.
The question was specifically about the media. How can they be a leverage point for changing culture, society? So would you have some specific, perhaps, advice on that? Since we do have media here in the room, we are very happy.
I
and
think
hope to
you
have
understood all is interesting for you. We have to look at the things the output is offering. It's another relation with the other one. If I am offering you or I am offering you something, we are in touch. I see you in your eyes. And so I start to communicate with you. And so this is the important things. I am rebuilding, not only making a good economy. I am changing my society. And I don't have to think about my territory, because the territory is receiving what I am doing. My suggestion is the output is to work in harmony with our planet. At the moment, the linear approach is working against the system. Yes, but think about the planet is always a system. It's always. It's our behavior is they are changing the system. When our body have a heel, the problem is because we have our behavior, or we eat, or we had something wrong, and so our body is changing, and we are killing the bacteria, but the bad bacteria, because we need bacteria. If we don't have bacteria, we don't have drinkable water, because the purification of the water is based only on oxidation, and with bacteria. They are natural system. It's not a technology. I cannot understand what is. It's only this. Nothing else. And so, have to be in relation with something, with the place where we are living. This is the real problem. But I don't respond exactly to because I have not a quick response, but it's a different approach. Sorry.
What I hear is strengthen connections.
Yeah.
And this can be done, of course, through sharing stories, best practices, new phenomena, and so. And especially in a small society like Slovenia, which is a very small territory, you know, connections are key anyway. And perhaps how can we, you know, with a systemic approach, even better valorize the quality of the rather small system that Slovenia is, although rich diversity in
We could obtain an agreement with the university to work together, and because my research, the higher level of my research, I put my student in the higher level of my researches. Otherwise, I could not teach to them with old fashion, because if I am teaching to the present situation, they are old when they are working in the society. I have to see at 20 years, and so the university is paid from the society, and so is the engine for the society. This is why the school is the basis of the society, because the society needs to have something who is increasing to looking in another aims, but a very long way. And all the students are, for me, like a new engine in the territory where they arrive, because they are arriving all over the world.
So output that is beginning of a new input.
Yeah, but they are my seeds, not my, I am nothing. They are seeds of the systemic approach. And it is the seeds of the blue economy, because Gunther Pauli and I, we are working together in this aim. And so...
Thank you.
And this is why I am here.
Are there any more questions?
Thank you, Professor Bistagnino. My name is Vida from Umanotera. I was fascinated to see the analysis behind this systemic approach that is very convincing. Not only in the bottom line, how much more money it generates, but other quality in the community and released burden on the environment. I think this is very useful for us to have such a concrete argument. However, I am more interested in the process of transition, how to achieve this. I somehow sensed that even with this very quantitative data, you have not been able to convince, for example, a business, this the agriculture want to transform. But in the blue economy, you do have a lot of examples where people have undertaken a transition. What I would like to hear is really where the greatest opportunities are for transition. Do you mainly want to work at the level of really small micro enterprises and connect them? Or is it at the level of regions, municipalities? You know, what would really be the proper framework? Because the inertia of the big systems is huge and it's really hard to overcome.
Thank you. It's not an easy response, but I think it's a good point, the transition, because it's impossible to start from here to achieve this one. We have to talk with the single people and to start to understand also the other one are at the same level, and to have some discussion. For example, now we are starting to work with a big industry in, I am not so friend with the big industry, but they decided to start with a systemic approach. And so they are making biscuits. And so they are buying resources all over the world. And so they are terrible biscuits, full of fat. They are not healthy biscuits. And they have no relation with their territory. This is what we are starting to do, to define, to start with some example, some experimental production in this industry, and to present the situation with the agricultural, with enterprises of agriculture, with breeding for the milk, for the cereal, for sugar. Sugar, it's very far, but we could obtain the sugar looking at what? At our fruits. For example, apples. We could take sugar from apples, and we could use the fructose, the real fructose, not the fructose who is arriving from the maize, the OGM maize. Like is now. So we have to discuss with the small entrepreneur, with the small producer, and to show what does it mean, this result. This is what we have to do. But also we have to present. You understand very well. It's a different economy. At the moment, if I have to look at the actual economy, my economy is I buy from you at one price, I am offered to you the product after transformation, and my earn is in the difference between what I am selling, what I am buying. So it's completely different in the systemic approach, because all the producers have to be paid in the right situation, and the price at the end could be shared like all the components of the producer, like they are shareholder, because they all their work are generating the product at the end. And so you see, it's a different, it's a sort of what I said is a cooperation, but is a sort of cooperative. And so it's not one is a owner is defining the price. At the moment, we are following the price of Chicago. Chicago, my apple, I am producing here, and they are defining the price of my apple. It's crazy. It's so crazy. And so the price is all the chain of the producer until to reach the market. But if the market is in the territory, you could have the consumer and the producer, they are the same cooperative, because is the consumer, is the customer is generating the economy of all the other one. But is a consumer conscious, because know the quality of his product, and so it's completely different. And not I am going to the supermarket, I am asking. If you go to the market, I give you an example like that. If you are going to the market and you are asking to someone, where is the actual or the strawberry? Now, for strawberry, we don't have, it's not season. Go to the supermarket, where they are strawberry, I don't know, look at the fruits and vegetables you could find there. Means lose of culture, and we are completely disconnected from the season where we are. But responding, it's always for the response of your question, talking with the people, consumer, producer, and the small producer, we could increase this situation, and we could start to make an experiment and to reach also the market, little by little, this one. We are putting in practice in France, but also in Italy, what I presented for this little valley. My region, Piemonte region, wanted to transform this valley in a laboratory, experimental laboratory, to reach this systemic approach. Means we have to talk with children, we have to talk with the producer, we have to talk with the consumer. It's a large work, because we have to be conscious in this shift, and we have to agree. Only this. I don't believe one have to say, tomorrow we have, I am not so happy if someone is saying me, you have to say like that. We discussed before, after we will see. Otherwise, dictators are always.
Thank you.
Sorry if I have not exactly the answer of your question, because it's a shift, and so I have to explain is a pattern. For example, I have another case study.
Maybe a short one, and then we continue into the break, and conversations can continue in the break as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I could all the day stay here, but I have the train. No, I have the train.
An example?
Don't worry.
Yeah, you said you have an example that you could share to illustrate that, and then after that I suggest we go into more informal conversations.
It's a different production, for example, about the milk, the powder of milk. We dehydrate the milk, and so we transform the milk in powder. it's an industry near Torino, is make a contract with the producer. They are the transformer, but they have a client who are buying this powder. The price of the milk is fixed by the third body, is an university. And so we fix the price of the milk. But at the end, when the client is paying the milk, 34% is going back to the producer. This is interesting, and you understand what does it mean. It's starting to recognize to the producer is the real point of change. And so this is real strong economy, because we generate this economy both together and not one against the other one. The price of the milk in powder is higher, but the milk is better. So you look, it's, we are in the actual situation. So I see different approach to the problem to find a good solution for the future.
Thank you.